Hello, class. My name is Mr. L, and today we're going to have a quick lesson on IDEA, which is the framework of inclusion, diversity, equity, and access in our education environment. So, our objective is for you to walk out of this lesson and to be able to say, I am able to identify the four components of IDEA and demonstrate my comprehension by providing at least one example and one non example of each specific component of the educational framework. So, let's go ahead and get started. So let's take a moment and click on into the Pear Deck. This is a student-led instruction, so you're free to pause the video and come back whenever you are ready to do so. So when you log in, just go ahead and do a quick check-in. Enter a number of how you're feeling today. Good. Despite how you're feeling, I got an idea. Would you like some pie? Well, idea pie, of course. So idea is broken down into four equal parts, and they create one whole pie. So idea in itself is a framework aimed at fostering an inclusive and equitable learning environment. And every component is equally important as the next. So lacking a single piece prevents all students from receiving a fair and enriched education. Therefore, we've got to respect and keep in mind that we are pushing for all parts of idea to be included in all of our lessons as educators. So the first slice of our idea pie is inclusion. So inclusion is ensuring everyone feels welcomed and actively involved. So educators need to plan to promote student choice and autonomy while also respecting the diverse identities of our student population. Also, by encouraging collaborative learning, this can further promote inclusion of all of our diverse students. So go ahead, take a pause here, and I want you to take the thumbs up and the thumbs down and drag them to the appropriate picture that demonstrates inclusion. Go ahead, pause the video and do so. Let's go over the answers. So if you select that bottom picture as a non-example, you are correct. You can see that one piece of the chessboard is different, therefore is excluded. Excluded is the opposite of inclusion. If you see in the top two pictures, all the students are together, learning together collaboratively, despite their differences in either their appearance, racial background, and ability. Moving on to diversity. So diversity recognizes and values differences in background, culture, and identity. So because of our unique, diverse identities, we have different types of experiences that makes no one human the same. So educators need to offer multiple means of representation, choice of text, videos, and images that is reflective of the class' unique identities. Go ahead, pause the video and drag and drop thumbs up and thumbs down for example of diversity and a non-example of diversity. Go ahead, click pause. Ready to go over the answers? Let's go. All right, that last picture is a non-example of respecting diversity. As you can see, the teacher is scolding the other students about only speaking English in an English class. However, that does not respect the diverse language backgrounds of certain students. Going on to equity. Equity is our third slice, and equity means to provide appropriate resources and support based on individual student needs. Emphasis on individual student needs. So educators need to be vigilant and keep in mind to challenge the systemic barriers in the education system and carefully plan and include culturally relevant scaffolds. Providing multiple means of achieving goals through diverse assessment outputs can also improve equity. Go ahead and pause the video one more time. Show me an example of equity and a non-example of equity. Pause. Ready to go? Let's go. If you chose that picture on the left, that is a non-example of equity. As you can see, all of them are on the equal size stool of support. However, they are already at different heights. That is what you call equitable. That is not true equity. Equity will make sure that everyone has appropriate resources to achieve the same goals. And our last slice is access. So access eliminates barriers so everyone can fully participate in whatever the content is being explored that day. So all students should have the appropriate resources available to participate and engage in the lesson. And using digital tools might help mitigate those barriers for diverse learners. That's what we call multiple means of navigation. Go ahead, pause the video, select your correct answer. What is an example of access? And what's a non-example of access? Pause. Ready to go? Let's go over the answers. So if you chose that top right picture, you are correct as a non-example, right? So as you can see, the student is blind. However, they are given text without Braille. That is not having access to the education. How is this blind student supposed to receive the same fair, equitable education as all the able-bodied students? If you've seen the other two pictures, everyone has multiple means of engagement according to whatever supports they need to be fully involved in whatever lesson is being discussed today. In conclusion, living in a post-pandemic classroom, the advancements of learning technology offers many opportunities to foster a fair and equitable learning environment. Therefore, following the IDEA framework is essential for educators to ensure that all students have the same fair and equitable outcome. Thank you. That is all for me. On the next slide, you'll see you have your formative assessment. You go ahead and fill that out. It is a drag and drop. You're going to be matching up the definition of each component of IDEA and providing your own unique example. You can go ahead and drag and drop the definitions. And then once you are done, please submit your slides onto Google Classroom for review and feedback. On the following slide is our rubric as well. That is all for me. Thank you all so much. Mr. L out.